What's this? Not again. The same crap as yesterday? I'm seeing nothing. There's a green, thing in the corner of my OBS broadcast window. I've been watching it every few seconds. Everything's stable and steady here. Everything. Okay, got that zone clear. Let's move on. Is there questions I missed? I'm sorry, I don't get to ask your question again. Does she float? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Ask your question again. Here you go. No. Do many of the younger craftspeople not feel the value of joining the association? Absolutely, absolutely. The Craftsmen's Association had meaning in the post-war period, after the system had basically collapsed. The old apprentice system had collapsed after the post-war. So many guys were dead, the workshops had been broken up by people being taken away to the war. So they got together. It was sort of, in English it's a Craftsmen's Association or a guild. It sort of works like a union. The guys joined it, and what they did was they parceled out the work among themselves when work came from a publisher. Before, it had been publishers contacting directly all the individual craftsmen or workshops. But after the thing broke down during the war, what would happen then is the publishers would contact this kumia, this association, and the kumia guys would split the work up among themselves, make sure each guy got some work. You do this, you do that, you do this, you've done too much recently, you sit for a while, you do this. And that then went along for some years, through the 50s, through the 60s, into the 70s, I guess. Whatever. By the time I came along in the 80s, they asked me to join, but they made it clear, we're not going to give you any work. The work is for us, and you're welcome to join and talk to us and, blah, blah, blah. But we don't have any work for you. Because by then, there was not much work going around. There were too many guys sitting and not enough work coming in. So they were in the mode of shrinking down with not having enough work. So because there was no work, they couldn't start even thinking about new apprentices. They were just work for the guys who were part of the group. There was no way to think about moving forward and getting younger people in. So the whole apprentice system just pretty much shut down totally through the 70s and 80s. I'm generalizing through the years here, of course. And all of a sudden now, for the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, it's gone upside down. There's now a flood of work. And yet there are very, very few young people to handle it. It's all hollowed out. There are no people in their 40s or 50s or 60s because the association just hollowed out over those years. And the work now comes from a few things. It's partly me and Jed. We really lit a fire under traditional woodblock prints, with the idea being that you could use pop culture themes. And many, many, many publishers have jumped onto this. You've seen the results out there. The Star Wars prints, the Kiss prints, the Ghost in the Shell, the Lupin. There's a whole bunch of them. So everybody's busy now. The carvers and printers are all completely, totally busy. But it's not just me. It's also, there's a general mood in the air. It's part of this Olympic thing which they keep talking about. And part of it is a general increase in tourism. There are people everywhere. There's tourists everywhere now. And of course, they all still remember the idea of woodblock prints. To come to Japan means ukiyo-e. So it's not just us, it's every publisher now. They're making all kinds of prints for the tourists. Good ones, bad ones, medium ones, not so many good ones, but where. So there's a ton of work now. those guys are thinking that this is sort of looks good, all this work, but they're also thinking, the older ones, that they've seen this before because they remember that previous Olympic boom, the ukiyo boom in the 60s, from the tourists and stuff. And they're thinking that it's just the same thing again. The Olympics are coming, going to make tourists, going to make prints, and it'll die after the Olympics are over. Now, absolutely that's not the case, because this is different. Tourism in Japan now is the way forward for the future for this country. The population is hollowing out, manufacturing, it's all going to robots, blah, blah, blah. The country is sort of becoming, it's not really a cynical thing to say, it's becoming sort of a Disneyland. This country has become a living sort of Disneyland, a place where people from all over the world can come and geek around and enjoy themselves in a safe, happy environment and enjoy good food and have a laugh and then go home. It's sort of, you can make the analogy to a Disneyland. And everybody in the world wants to come here from any country, anywhere. It used to be just like America and France and Holland and Britain and stuff like that. Now it's everywhere. Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Korea, India, you name it. They all want to come here. And a huge number of those people know about woodblock prints and want one. So the days of no work for these craftsmen are gone, finished. And if I were involved in that association in any kind of executive or administrative capacity, I would be now building the world's biggest trainee program for people to make woodblock prints, to train young craftsmen and women. Because there's a never-ending market now. But they don't get it. They just don't get it, so whatever. So we're just doing what we can. We can't start a giant training program because we don't have the facilities to do that. The only person here that could teach this is me, and I'm sort of busy. We don't really know what to do, I can't start a school. It's just impossible. We're busy making prints. But if we don't get a bunch more craftsmen trained here, to replace these girls that we've lost to baby making and all that stuff, if we don't start a whole bunch more real soon, I'm going to be in trouble down the line. We've got endless demand for our products and no way to make them, beyond our present production capacity. That's one place I'm really delinquent right now. I should be focusing on that much, much more. They're saying things like this, but we need more workers and we need printers and we need carvers. Saying this to a group of foreigners who are watching this stream, I don't know if it's misleading you. I do need such workers. But the barriers to, say, any given one of you guys, you people who are listening to this now, the barriers for you getting to that point are stupendous. Japan still has, you need a visa. You can't just come here, get on a plane and come here and figure out, work at the 7-Eleven for a while you do your training. It doesn't work like that. If you're a foreigner, you can't get into the country. So I don't know. I don't have any easy answer. From speaking from my purely selfish point of view here right now, what I need is some young Japanese boys to show an interest in this and to come here and start training. So I've got no visa problem. They're living. They've got a house. I don't have to support them in any kind of structural way. And some may make it through and turn out to be printers, and some won't, and they'll go off and do something else. But there's no way to put that in place for people like the ones who are listening to me talk right now. because you can't stay here. You've got no place to live. You can't legally stay in the country. While we fool around and play this game, are you going to learn how to do this or not? The barriers are just too huge. So even though some of you might be interested in this, I don't have any practical way to make that happen. I was here 7 years before I got permission to stay permanently. 7 years, you know. Yeah, this is a very, very, very interesting point. I should make Japanese language videos, and absolutely, it's been on our list of things to do for ages. Yeah, just on my list of things to do. If I streamed more in Japanese, if I made more YouTube videos in Japanese, if I let young Japanese people know more about what we were doing, then they're going to be knocking on the door. Absolutely. Guilty as charged. That's what I should be doing. Part of the difficulty of making that happen, is I don't know what you know about the labor situation in Japan right now. Population is decreasing stunningly quickly. Schools, universities are closing, lack of students. Every kid that graduates now, either from the high school level or if they choose to go on to college, every single kid that graduates has a smorgasbord of jobs available to choose from. I forget the exact numbers, like 6 jobs for every student or something like this. I don't know what number it is. It's ridiculously high. There's no such thing as unemployment here at all. And kids can pick and choose. And actually, there's a story in yesterday's newspaper about this. Companies with more than 5,000 employees are the target for these kids, because that's the ones where they think they're going to have the best chance of having a nice lifestyle. Small companies have a huge reputation for being black companies. They're in difficult financial situations. The people work like slaves. So all these kids, the smartest and brightest ones, they look for these giant companies, the Toyotas, Sonys, and blah blah blah, whatever the mood is at the moment. And the idea of some smart kid taking a flyer with a little place like us, with totally no financial stability, no pension plan, no retirement plan, no blah blah blah. It's just not going to happen. The only people we would get to work for us are the quirky, strange people, like yours truly, whatever. And I guess that's okay, but it makes things really difficult. You can't set up a structure and whatever. We just need to do more social media in Japanese, absolutely. Leak out these things, talk about these things in Japanese, and then wait for the kid to show up at the door, Oh, too much for me to follow here. Sorry, there's lots of conversation I'm not seeing. Sorry. It's quiet for a while, then all of a sudden, brrr. I'm skipping a bunch of this. Sorry. The Grey Wave. The Grey Wave is reprinting again. Actually, right now, there should be another batch ready in another 10 days or so. You'd have to ask Cameron. I don't know any idea about how many people are on the list or how much he's chewed through. I don't know. I think the list at the moment isn't all that long because we put through 2 batches, and there's a lot of people who put their name on the list, but when it comes time to get the letter, they say, "Gee, no thanks, I'm sorry." So don't feel it's impossible. If you are interested in that print, drop a note to Cameron, because the list I think is not that long anymore. Garbage day, Friday morning. We put the garbage out last night. You can hear the trucks now. They start their rounds at 8 o'clock. That's probably one more thing you could set your clock by. Probably 8:44 every Friday morning. They come by that back alley behind our place. Excuse me. Have I ever done an image of the Imperial Palace, or is it trademark nonsense? I have no idea about the trademark nonsense, but I've never done anything about the palace. So no, what can I say? Remember, I'm not an artist. I don't draw things and do things. I'm a publisher here, and when I was making prints by myself, I was making mostly reproductions of older prints. These days we're doing something different. We're doing some modern work with Jed and stuff. But there's no space in my own catalog for doing something like a generic image like that. If we had, as we sort of expect in the future, a larger, more flourishing workshop, we would absolutely be doing lots more different, interesting prints. And the thing you mentioned, a print of famous scene in Japan, is very much on the list of things we would do if we had more production capability. Because the experience now of meeting people in the shop here, the people who come through, they look at our selection of prints on display, and a number of the things we do are really popular automatically, the video game characters and stuff like that. There's another huge request that we hear, and I mean daily, without exaggeration, I gotta say we hear this daily from visitors to the shop. And they will say, do you have a print that features X? And X will be some place they just went the last few days while they were traveling around Japan, and they really enjoyed it. And it might be, for example, Nikko or Miyajima or Mount Fuji or some such place, famous places. And I'm not sarcastic about this. Oh my God, they want trivial tourist stuff. That's not true. They want a beautiful, beautiful woodblock print, but that again, that has relevance to their lives in the sense that in that case they really enjoy going somewhere and they want a good memento of it. And this is at the moment, a hugely, for the most part, unfulfilled market. The people down in Kyoto, the little print shops down in Kyoto, really have a handle on this, and they've been taking care of it for decades. If you go in any little print shop in Kyoto, you will find small prints and postcard prints and various prints that show Kyoto scenes. Because this has been a request that those guys have been fulfilling for a very, very long time. In fact, there was one I saw last night on Yahoo Auctions. I follow auctions here to try and buy prints. And there was a box set came up, Ido Masao. Maybe in English you know him as Masao Ido. He's a Sosaku printmaker down there. He designs and cuts and prints by himself until it starts to sell well. Then he sends it out to printers for commercial production. And he's got a set of 100 scenes of Kyoto. I bought 10 of them last night on Yahoo Auctions. They'll be in our shop probably sometime next week. And they will sell, I'll put them in the shop and they'll be gone the same day. A couple of days, that's it. That's all there is to it. Because people love that stuff. They're nicely made, beautiful prints of scenes that people like. So this again, I keep talking about our list of things to do, whatever. It's just infinitely long. We would love to be doing that. It's part of the same thing we've been talking about all the way along. We want to make prints that simply people enjoy owning and having. Not just that's a pretty splotch of blue on the wall, but because the content of the thing means something to them. That's how our game characters work, and that's how many of these prints work. A scene that means something to them. I'm not sure if I should mention the next part of that. Jed and I are playing with the idea of thinking about something like that. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Very, very, very difficult concept. Oops, something fell off my bench. Yeah, like the X views around it. It was big in the old days, right? 36 views of Mount Fuji, 100 views of Tokyo, whatever. It's a big, big deal. It's always been a big deal. Absolutely. We don't do postcard versions. We don't do little printed postcard versions. Sometimes there's demand for it. We want to keep ourselves as a clean woodblock print shop. The print shop down the street from us has woodblock prints made by wood, and they also sell the whole thing in offset, and they don't really tell people which is which. Here's Cameron. Looks good. And I've got green we're showing here. Good morning, sir. It's been looking good. I know we've had a steady green light showing. One point about, I don't know, half an hour ago, somebody said it dropped, but I didn't see any sign of that here. Huh. It's looking good, steady, and fine. Okay, I'm here to... And there's been good conversation. I haven't caught all of it, but there's people asking interesting questions, and I've tried to answer them. Oh, good. Thank you, sir. There's Cameron here. So Cameron's coming in here. So. Yeah, I was going to ask Cameron something when he got here.
What's up?
I don't know. I tried to do something half an hour. Oh, I couldn't read. There it is. There it is. Okay, we were talking about the washi paper. I got the bill for the washi. I couldn't reach it, so I just said, remind me when Cameron gets here. He'll pass it over to me, whatever. So, also, I got a couple of pictures from downstairs.
Oh, good.
So, and just before I forget, right there, that bill on top. Yeah,
this
right
one,
there.
right?
Yeah.
There it goes.
Before we do anything else, and I'll just remember it. With Cameron showing up, it's sure to freeze. Yeah, construction pictures. I don't remind me.
Yeah.
Tell you what, let's do this. If we
Let's do construction now.
can we just turn this thing a little bit sideways and we
Okay.
both get in here. If you move your chair to the left, just suppose for an experiment here. We do it this way. We're gonna get this thing out of the way. But I rotate this out of the way behind you there.
All right. Squeak.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. At least it's out of the way.
Squeak. Squirrel. Chipmunk.
And that's watch that green thing.
Okay.
A grape shot, nice haircut or whatever. You can see the
Okay.
Anyway, the paper we're talking about. We just got a new batch of paper from Iwano-san. Did you see this yesterday? The big
Yes,
sheets of
yeah.
paper?
Beautiful.
And to give you an idea of the way we do this, Jay, which camera? Here, this camera. No. Here we are. Here we are. It's 300 sheets of paper, and the size is called Takenaga-ban. There you can see the dimensions. It's quite large. It's 58 by 80. It's actually, if he says 58 by 80, we get about 55 by 75 because the edges are so bad. And it's 1,900 yen per sheet, which is what in dollars? That's actually dollars about what 106 or something right now.
Yeah,
So
or even stronger, I think.
so it's 18. So it's about $18
Yeah.
per sheet of paper.
Mhm.
So.
But they're big sheets.
The big sheets. So. And the whole bill there, so it's 300 sheets, so it's about $6,000. You know,
Yeah.
So, little box, the delivery guy comes in, bing bong, drops his box on the floor,
Yep.
and there I have. All of a sudden I get a bill for $6,000 that's due like in a couple of days.
Yeah.
so, we were laughing about this yesterday too, because we were trying to manage our cash flow
Yeah.
a little bit. Our income comes in through the shop day by day, up, down, day by day, and then we get bumps. Subscription money comes in from the first. Try checking it again.
There.
Might
Okay,
help,
a
might
little
not.
bit bright.
Yes. So.
Maybe.
Yeah, looks good. Your head shines now.
Yeah. Whoa.
So subscription money comes in bumps, and Patreon comes in at a bump at the first of the month. But for us, the biggest outgo, of course, is payday. We pay people once a month. So in the first few days of the month, the first, second, third, fourth, whatever, out it goes. And that's our single biggest hit. So we try and make sure we have enough cash in the bank. And this month, it's been the last week, I've been double punched every day this last week. We've got a bill for this, a bill for that, a bill for this, a bill for that, all exactly at the end of the month.
And then the camera part breaks, so that's another big purchase.
So I just kept going on. So
some expected, like new paper was coming eventually, but some unexpected.
So, and then that gas thing upstairs. So that's why I'm still taking cold showers, because this week we can't afford to spend that this week. So, anyway, okay, as I was saying, we got a few shots from downstairs. Not a whole lot, but a few shots from downstairs. Are we still up and running? I think we are. Here we go. Okay. That's what I'll do is I'll click off this main camera for a minute and put this on. Bingo.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's still a mess. People can say it looks like the same as last time. It does look the same as last time. That's from outside. I took it, I guess, last evening. Took the shot outside when the street was closing, and you can see how the entrance is. Look at this yay shot from downstairs. So it's in through the window, and for the first time now, you can see I got up and running last night. The lights in the back room are now on, so that's why I came out of this. So you can see right at the very back of the building, there's some shoji screens there. That's the back wall of the building, and this is the first time we've been able to see all the way
To
front
the
to
back,
back and see it from the front to the back. So. The cardboard sign, sorry about that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Something temporary.
Yeah,
It works. People come upstairs.
So.
Closer look, the same scene basically.
And it's still absolutely chaos. You can see what's happening. The structure on the left. Well, let's go inside. I think the next shot goes inside. I'm not sure. Let's go. Yeah, here we are.
There.
Okay. We're standing in the doorway looking down the length of the shop. And now some of the construction debris is finally getting out of there and getting away. And you can see this place actually is a quite wide little, it's going to be a nice wide open space compared to the
much
one
bigger
we've got
space
now.
than we have up here.
It's it's the same footprint, but
Right,
it's all visible and all open, front
and the back
to
third
back.
right now is used by all this stuff.
I mean, the second floor, we got walls everywhere.
Yeah.
And the shop itself. Did you see that yesterday? We had, it's the worst, but the best, the most people ever that we have had in.
Really?
Ever. And again, we had people come in the door and just leave straight away. Come in the door and leave straight away. And tried to say, please.
It's like, whoop, too crowded, bye.
No. And what do we count? There was 4 print party, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. About 20 people were here. About 20.
Where?
So they were just people were just standing, waiting for other people to move out of the way so they could look at the prints.
But wow.
So
It's like me this morning on the train.
So, yeah, it looked like that kind of a view. You know, you took some pictures a couple weeks ago. This was worse. This was
Really?
worse, way
Wow.
worse. I say worse, better. What
Yeah,
what
it's
word to use here? So-
More crowded.
yeah,
So cool.
So this is evening when the street outside is darker and the inside is lit up. You know. So anyway, let's move on. What have I got here? Okay, now this is okay. I've jumped to the
Wow.
back room. You see the back room there where the shoji screens are, and you can see a sink right at the way back. Jumping forward, we're going to jump to the back room now. There's that same sink. So that's the back wall. This is the party room. And what you're seeing, of course, the bench on the left-hand side. Oh, my son's down. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's so
together.
cool. It's coming together.
Wow.
It's really coming together. The floor is done. What you see there as boards on the floor, this is a sunken floor, about 6 centimeters sunken. Tatami mats are going in there. So the tatami mat space is now prepared. And once you see on the right-hand side, I'm pointing at the screen. On the right-hand side, these are the browser bins that will be taken back out into the shop. We're just storing them in there for the moment. And it'll be a beautiful, perfect, brand new 6 tatami mat room with shoji screens at the back.
That looks beautiful.
And the bench on the left. You know, so I think the next picture shows it from the other way around. I think, yeah. So, and underneath the bench, there's the blocks for the different print sets. We'll have the Great Wave blocks, the microwave blocks, the Momotaro blocks, the Sensoji blocks, whatever.
With tatami, yes. Take off your shoes, just like we have now in the print party
Yes,
room.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Print party room will be 100% tatami. In fact, I don't know if we can see if we go back. No, I can't see it. Just at the entrance to the room, he's now building a step.
Oh,
so
okay.
it goes
Nice.
up. You will
Yeah.
from the shop will be a shoes area, but stepping up into the tatami room, you'll kick your shoes off. You'll stand on a little platform, and he's building today a getabako.
Oh, nice.
A box. You'll put your shoes in a Japanese, actually, getabako. Yeah. So you'll be in your sock feet when you're here.
If you wear socks.
Yeah, please wear socks. whatever. Management accepted. What's this? Likely under the print party. What's this deal?
I think they're asking where are you going to sleep?
Well, I'm staying where I am upstairs. In fact,
Yeah,
the
and
print party room upstairs is going to be morphed a little bit. We're not going to take it apart because we're going to leave it as an overflow print party. Because next spring, for sure,
Double bookings.
if we can get the staff for it, we will open up a double booking, a double
Time
print
slot,
party,
yeah.
double time slot. So that room will stay at the moment, and it's going to transform into my room.
Yeah.
We're going to bring the collection from Ome, build some storage shelves for it, and it'll be the flea market preparation room and the museum room and stuff like that. And I'll just crash on the floor. So.
I think they're suggesting you might start sleeping on the roof now, but that doesn't make sense.
In summertime, I did for a few days. I don't know, 2 years ago. But the
Just because
rats.
it was nice weather. Oh, the
Yeah,
rats.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I need to get a camp cot. I was sleeping on the concrete. And,
Oh.
I see questions. I'm missing the questions. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. I'm not sure what's next. I don't know. Okay, this is now turned around. This is in the print party room looking back out towards the shop. And you can't really see it well, but because this junk is in the way on the left-hand side, but there will be benches on the left for people to sit, as they do now in the print party room, and it'll be a step down out into the shop. And that left wall you see there, the lighting up at the moment is just random. They're just stuck up on the light rail there randomly, but that will be a beautiful wall of light shining down on the print.
And those were left by the previous tenants, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to change them. I know they're not light color matched. There's some funny blue ones. and
Yeah,
funny
there are
orange
different
ones,
colors.
So, but at the moment, it's just for us. It's generic light. Then also, what I did last night is I put the light bar up on the party room. I think I've got a picture of it here. So
there it is. Yeah.
there's the roof of the party room now. It's not totally finished. What I still have to do is there's going to be highlight strips of darker wood in between each of the panels on the roof. I don't know if you can see it. There's a place where the grain, you see the roof, the woven pattern on the roof doesn't match. It's where the panels abut the neighboring panel. So there's going to be a darker wood to highlight there. So, and the light bar is too bright.
Too bright.
It's. I tell you, I shouldn't make your mind up before. I put it in last night. I put it up there. Then I did a bit of work with broom cleaning up the floor and getting ready to take a couple of pictures, and my eyes started to hurt. It is too bright. Now I checked the lux on this thing. I did the calculations, and compared to our current print party room, and I did the actual calculating the square meters and what amount of lumens we need,
Yeah.
and this exactly matches the proportion of the current print party room.
Huh.
What I didn't calculate was this roof is much lower. This ceiling is much
yeah.
lower, and it's much closer to your eyes. And hontoni, my eyes started to hurt
Wow.
just after being in there about 10 minutes.
Wow.
So plan B is the light is still there. It's simple. We get a nice long, beautiful sheet of washi, tuck it around one side, tuck it around the other side, and we do a, like
A
washi-
diffuser is
a
what they're
diffuser.
suggesting, yeah.
So exactly, of course. And we
That
do a
would look nice
washi paper
with washi,
diffuser.
yeah.
So what's it? A long, thin, maybe a tube or something that we'll we have easy access because from the right and the left is a space to tuck in.
Yeah, my corneas are getting scorched from here.
So,
It's so bright.
it is bright. And it takes about like 30 watts or something insanely low. These days, I can't believe these numbers that I'm
Yeah.
hearing. I absolutely can't believe these numbers.
Yeah.
Lights
Grew up with-
used to be like 120 volts, and you get a little gray thing that sits in a corner. And
Yeah.
it didn't work. And now for like 30 watts or 40, whatever it is, you
Yeah.
can hurt your eyes.
You
for
can
building
hurt
that.
your eyes.
So on the right hand side of the party room, those are the browser bins for the shop. They're just currently sitting here because we are now getting ready to start the floor construction of the main shop out there.
Yeah.
And that's, I got good news and bad news on that. We are going to bring in some outside help for that. Not that we can't do it ourselves, it's that we got to get serious about
Yeah.
getting this place open. And we found a guy who seems to be a reasonable handyman,
Yep.
I think.
Oh yeah, and we talked with him.
What's that? He's going to call back today or something? What's
Yeah,
he gonna-
yeah. Today
Okay, so
should call back, and he's looking at doing it in. He said
between the
6月の
10th
中旬,
So
the middle
okay,
third.
So what we got to do before I forget that, in fact, I chatted with him about that.
Yeah.
Don't wait till then to choose the flooring because
Right.
let's do that now. Pull him in one day now.
Yeah, he wants
Talk
to come
him,
early before.
Pull the flooring. Let's order it so that those boxes are here ready when he shows up.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it'll be oops. Let's order the stuff, and it's
Yeah.
another 2 weeks. 2 weeks
Yeah,
down the line.
yeah.
So.
So
Who's
once
this?
we.
This is
おはようございます、菅さん。
Oh, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Hey. Ding dong. Say, Sugi-san, say hello. We've got the group here. Hi, hi, hi. So.
そうですね。
おはようございます。どこだ？こっ
Yeah,
ちか。
right here, right here. It's okay. You can see it.
Ay, tay,
Good,
tay,
good, 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 good. Did you see? Look at this. The pictures party room. Did you see this? So you saw it last night, でしょ? 青山さんが作った引き出しとか、これも really good. そう
すごいなんかもうこれ出来上がってる写真に見えますね。
そう。でもちょっと
すでに。
We have a bit of a problem here. Yesterday, Sugi-san and I went down to see this room, and she says, "Wow, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good." She's wonderful. Aoyama-san did this, and she then looked at Aoyama-san and said, and you can see the wheels in her head starting to think, and she's now thinking about her own workbench. So when Aoyama-san's finished down here, she's going to pull him upstairs and say, "Now, what can you
Fix
do
the,
about my
Suri
bench?"
dai.
Well, he built it in the
Yeah.
first place.
え
この部屋終わったからすり火の部屋もちょっとどうかな。
本当？
まあ、俺のわかんない。
にするか
次の仕事が。
青山さん？
だから今のすりの部屋が、
うん。
もっと広く、
あ
もっと何人ができるような仕事。
そうね、そうね。
ちょっといい。
うん。本
杉さんのテレビ東京のありがとうございます。楽しかった。
当やったー、よかったー。みんな見てくれたんだ。
そうみんなじゃないですが、何人が海外から見ることが
できるの？
普通のテレビで見えないんですが、なんていうの？There's some kind of subscription service. そう。
ホームページから見る。ホームページ
じゃない。It was ない。
フジテレビ。
フジテレビ？
フジテレビと関係ないですが、
ないんだけど
海外の日本向きのテレビを
やってるところがあるんだ。
結構
専門チャンネルみたいなやつ。
そう。そっちけどね、年間2万くらい払えば見れますから。でその中の一人が見て、自分で他の人が見えるようなところに移したんです。
内緒で。
そう。内緒で。
あ、すいません。大丈夫。
線気をつけ。OK、good。
はい、ありがとうございます。
じゃあ今日披露したワンダでしょ？
ワンダ、はい。
まだまだ。
もうすぐ。
その後パトリオンチビ。
やって、
その次は
昨
日オメ。
ありがとうございます。
今日届くか月曜日届くかわかんないですけど。で紙はいつ必要ありますか？
月曜日にあった方がその時
パトリオンの紙？
パトリオンの紙。
あれはまだ用意してない。
パトリオン？
そう。
80枚なんですけど、上になんかまだちょっと残ってるやつがあって。
ちょっとしかない。OK。じゃあ月曜日示す。OK。
月曜日示す。でまあそうね、大丈夫か。使える紙となんかちょっとあれギリギリ
いや、足りないかもしれない。
ギリギリだからね
レチも取ったんですから。
そうです
OK。じゃあの番。
あ
水曜日、月曜日ですね。
月曜日
OK
はい
はい。
ありがとうございます
The
Hmm?
sound. Oh. The sound is terrific today. Just
Because
noticed,
the mic is right there,
And
it's
it's
into the
working.
interface, which you can see lights flashing. It's
Yeah.
working. It's working. On the video, we don't have, but sound we do
Yeah.
have. And if DHL does their job and brings that thing today, and if it works,
And it works.
we should be okay.
Yeah.
We should be okay. I think that's the last picture in the row. I think that's it. So back to the beginning. So, all right. Can someone tell me what the picture of the room on the right is? Oh, someone just joined.
Oh, yeah.
We were just showing pictures from downstairs.
Yeah.
Let's run through them again. There's the shop from the outside, taken last night. Still a huge construction jumble. Looking through to the back wall,
Getting closer.
getting closer. You can see in the back there, there's the sink at the very back left, and there's some construction things. There's what will be the shop. It'll be the sales counter on the left. Behind the sales counter, you can't see it, will be the area for larger prints and a small little, not coffee area, but sitting down and relaxing area. On the right-hand side, where that step ladder is now, there will be the browser bins for the prints. 3 or 4 more times the space that we currently have. Moving into the back room, this is the print party room. There'll be tatami on the floor, the print party bench on the left. That stuff on the right will be gone, and there will be seatings, bench seating for the customers. Tatami on the floor. Under the print party bench too, the far left, it's not installed yet. There'll be a refrigerator for the cold drinks for the party. Most of our print parties, not all, but most of them include a break, whether it's a tea break, coffee break, cold drink break, stuff like that. So some of the, we got the request this morning, somebody wants to do 14 kids in 2 hours. So we're going to do 7 and 7, and there will be no time for a
For a
coffee.
break,
so we'll
yeah.
just run it right through. So. Looking back out from the party room towards the shop. And there's the roof of the party room with our blinding light, which we're almost certainly going to have to diffuse. We'll sort that out later. And there we are. Okay. Shut that down. Thank you very much. And then back to the other camera. I forgot to do.
Will the shop upstairs still exist, or will it be fully converted
Okay,
to
Jeff,
workspaces?
let me carve a bit. Over to you, sir. If you want to leave it there or pull it back, it's up to you. Whatever you think we can get away with.
The shop upstairs is, at least the first step is just move everything downstairs. Is that right? And then later on, planning to use the former print party room, or the one we're using now, to be a small museum. Museum, a space to look at Dave's personal collection of prints from all eras.
So I'm not sure how that's
Yeah.
going to play out in real life. So
Yeah, so we don't know exactly how it'll all work out, but the first step is just use only the first floor as the shop. Is that-
So in the
is that
short
right?
term, nobody will be coming upstairs.
Right.
So customers will be on the ground floor only for the first, for step 1.
Yeah. Were you pointing at something up here? Did you need something?
No, the mic. That's
the
where the mic is.
Just make sure I don't run into it. Here.
Am I on camera or screen, or I can't tell what I'm on? So,
Yes.
okay.
Yep. Historia says, "Oh, a museum, my kryptonite." With a name like Historia.
Yeah, and I've got a
Imagine like
conflict.
history.
The museum is not the word I'm thinking of, and I don't know the word to use. It could be museum / gallery / reading room, like in a place where there's bookshelves and drawers that you poke around in. I'm not quite sure what word to
Exhibit
describe
space.
it. Exhibit space, a place where people to get familiar with some of the older and more historical things that we have here, and to get to learn more about how it works. And
We should put that on the sign. The place to get more familiar with older works upstairs. No.
whatever, I don't know.
That's a
You've read the
long-winded-
future Mokuhankan
Mhm.
story, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So you know the kind of thing I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
But I don't have an easy word to describe it.
Yeah, I don't know either. Sort of a library, someone suggests. Oh. Maybe. That would be cool. A showroom. Will Dave's carving bench still be moved downstairs to the first floor?
That's the plan. So I
Yeah.
didn't mention that. I'm sorry. When we were looking at those pictures, we didn't actually see the corner where it will go. But when you think about going in the front door, I may be insane for doing this, but I think I'm going to put my carving bench down in the shop, just inside the front door. I certainly won't be able to sit there peacefully carving all day. But what's happening in my life is my carving time is outside of shop hours anyway.
Yep.
So we'll be doing this stream from that corner,
Mhm.
starting the day we go downstairs to open the shop. And then throughout the rest of the day, the carving bench will be there. People can see it. We'll leave block on the front of it, the top of it, whatever.
Yeah.
So I doubt very much that I will be really carving during shop hours,
Right.
but I don't do that anyway.
Mhm.
So again, we'll play that one by ear and see how it turns out.
Yeah.
And that will also, I think, be the new place for making YouTube videos. Currently, I sit in the second floor shop on that stool with
Right.
the mascots behind me. And I assume that perhaps the YouTube videos will be done perhaps then from my carving bench.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. It depends how that coffee corner in the shop turns out. That might be the place that I would
Mm.
be sitting, because there'll be a table beside me where I
Right.
can put things to talk about and stuff. So.
Kind of like you did with the most recent YouTube video in this print party room, where you were right at the print party table. Do you think you would be sitting at the print party
No,
bench,
no,
or
in
no,
the, in the shop, the area,
table?
you know, behind the register.
Oh,
behind the-
okay, that table.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I don't mean the coffee corner of the party room. I mean that little
Oh, okay.
coffee area that we have to
Mm-hmm.
in the shop. So, I don't know. We'll play by ear.
Yeah. How about the second floor becomes the upper sanctum? I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we have plans. There's lots of plans. You know, at some point the tool business has to get going. We're going to
Yeah.
need space for that. So
Yeah.
we have to. We still have to figure the flea market preparation, the packing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those prints. You know.
If the camera's downstairs, I wonder if you could leave the camera on during the day and just stream the shop. I think we'd have
Well,
to
you
get
have
everyone's
privacy
permission.
issues. So
Yeah.
you have privacy issues there, you know. So I mean, out on the street there are cameras running, and there's legal requirements, you know, security cameras in operation, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And this is a shop, so no, I won't be streaming the shop
Yeah.
live all day long. I can't do that.
No.
This is, you know. Focus the camera on the cash register so you can see how we're doing all day long.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? People's credit cards.
But just stream straight from the iPad. The real Lendix. This talk of moving the carving bench is making me nervous for the rag again. Why? Why is
I'm
this
really not
rag
sure I don't want
so
this to
big?
become a meme, you know. I don't know.
And the frame rate off the iPad is not very high, so sometimes when you move to brush away the chips, your
Mm.
hand just seems
Mm.
to vanish.
I think the iPad itself is putting it out. I think it's really high. It's like 60 or something
Oh,
like
wow.
this. But in the conversion process to the QuickTime window.
Yeah.
So what's the refresh rate on that
Mm.
window? Because that's a different story.
Right.
So remember,
Yeah.
the broadcast software is picking up a QuickTime window that's on my desktop,
Got it.
and that refresh rate is different. So don't blame the iPad here. The iPad's doing what it can do
Yeah.
very well.
Mm-hmm. Historia asks, are insects a problem for your wood blocks? Things like termites nibbling on them?
I'm not that old yet. No, they will be for the next
Yeah.
generation of people. Maybe Cameron should worry about that, but
Yeah.
I myself am not.
Yeah. But
If
we
you
do
say-
have, the one classic block. No,
It's still there. See, so.
that's okay. So, this is one, how old did you say this
I have
one
no
was,
idea.
though? No idea, okay. But it has,
Pre-war, but I don't know. This is not Edo, but it's pre-war, I think.
so there are some bug issues that can happen, but haven't been a major issue.
We store the wood nicely, you know, dry
Yeah.
place. You know, that's all you basically need.
Yep.
dry place with lots of ventilation, and then you're okay. It won't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, so good. We're doing that. Only is a bit damper than I would like. And if we did have blocks that we didn't touch for X number of years, you pull them off the shelf and whoops, look what's happened. We use
They
our
made a
blocks.
nice meal.
We use our blocks
Yep.
on an ongoing basis. The reason that one got eaten, obviously, it must have been just sitting on the shelf in the temple
For a long time.
decades, and then the fire came along and took care of the
Yeah,
building.
got burned around the edges, eaten by bugs. This block's been through a lot.
Mm. And then plain by me.
And then
destroyed.
plain. Yes.
So much
Had
for
all
that.
that history and then whoop, erased. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm keeping the phone here. This is the number, because DHL, I want to absolutely make sure we don't
Yeah.
miss whatever those dudes do. You know?
Yeah.
Because the package is marked my name and this address. It doesn't
Right.
say Mokuhankan.
Got it.
So the guy won't know. He's just going. The driver's going to hit this street, and that address doesn't tell him anything.
Mm-hmm.
This building has the same address. The next door, Kakigori, Hotarudo, is the same address. I think
They're all the same address.
because you know how addresses are. The
Yeah.
building was larger building, so
Right.
so they don't know. And the DHL driver won't know us. It's not like the taxi driver who knows everybody on the street.
Right, right.
So he's just going to cruise his truck down there and say, "What the hell?"
Just stand outside and yell, "Who's David Bull?"
I mean, you know how Japanese addresses work. So I could not think of a more frustrating job than to be a delivery driver in Japan,
Yeah.
not on a regular route.
Right.
And every day, all day long, all you do is, your job is find this address.
Yeah.
And people will say, "That's okay, ask Google." Yeah, good luck on that one.
Yeah.
Google still struggles with that. You know.
It does. Yeah. They ask, "Oh, is the iPad doing the transcoding?" No, it's being pushed to the laptop, and then the laptop is viewing the video inside of a QuickTime window, and then
Mm. Encoding,
OBS
yes.
is watching the QuickTime window
Yep.
and preparing that for the stream and sending
And
it.
if you think I'm stupid to try that, then you can tell the story camera of what happened when we tried going directly into OBS.
Oh, man. It looked awful. We tried
What was the
direct
delay?
stream.
About 10
Yeah, 5
seconds.
to 10
5 to 10
seconds.
seconds.
And then anytime something moved, it would,
Fractured.
yeah,
Totally.
it's totally bizarre. It was like, yeah, fractured.
So
Weird
it's
colors,
like-
boxes, and things.
When people try and give advice about how to run video on a Mac, yeah, right. Anyway, we'll see. I shouldn't make promises, but the unit coming today, hopefully.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, I really don't know what to do, because the only other one that I know did work is the Black Magic. And
Yeah.
I really do not want to go back to that well.
That's when a big cutout of Dave in front of the main door would come in handy. Surely he must know the famous Tokyo TV star, David Bull.
We were talking about that in the party yesterday, So on one of the parties, there was 4 people. 2 of them knew me from YouTube, and one of the other knew me from YouTube, and this other single person is like, we were introducing the party, who,
Yeah.
where are you from? Well, we're from Connecticut. What do you do? How do you know about us? We've been watching you on YouTube for years, blah, 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 blah. Turn the next time, where are you from? I'm from France. How'd you know about us? I've been watching you on YouTube for years. And the next person, where are you from? They never know who I am or whatever.
Yeah.
They all of a sudden realize they're starting thinking, whoops, is this supposed to be famous? Am I
Yeah.
supposed to know what's going on? So then I just joke, relax. I'm famous in this room.
Yeah.
So- but it is sometimes for people who realize that they're in a place where it's all clubbish and people know what's going on, and they're
Mhm.
the outsider.
Yeah.
We have to be careful because it can make people feel uncomfortable
Mhm.
sometimes.
And throw out the idea of freezing the wood to what is it, to preserve it?
The carved blocks, you mean?
Yeah, the curved blocks. You'd need one big freezer.
Well, I mean, wood itself is pretty stable. The
Right.
temples and stuff, as long as it's aired well and
Yeah.
dry.
Mhm. Then it's
wood
okay.
wood is not bad.
Right.
The problem comes when it's damp and no airflow, and that's when mold and moisture and rot and bugs get into it.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, those places, Unsodo, the Kyoto, you've seen pictures of their block storage, right? It's been there since Edo time.
I don't think
Racks
so.
and racks and racks and racks of blocks, all stored carefully on shelves.
Wow. Are you in charge of a 10 o'clock party today?
I don't think I'll be doing it. No, there is
Okay.
a 10 o'clock party. Teiko-san and Koizumi-kun. No, Teiko-san and I may have to do it because it's Teiko and Dei-chan.
Ah, okay.
It depends what kind of customers are here. If
Yeah.
they're really happy and easygoing, then Teiko-san and Dei-chan can do it. But if they look
Yeah.
a bit difficult, if they're from Switzerland or something or whatever.
Why
then-
Switzerland? Okay, because it's 9:23, so I just
we're
wasn't
still
sure how much
working-
of a head
working, no.
heads up.
The room is ready. It's all right.
How common is car ownership in Tokyo? Tokyo?
What's a car?
Yeah, what's a car? Lots of bicycles and lots of public transportation with trains, taxis, buses.
I don't know the percentage. You know,
Yeah.
it's certainly way lower than America or something.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
And there are lots and lots of people here who don't have a car, who
Yeah.
don't want one, who have no interest in it.
Mm-hmm. Lots of people live here and never get their licenses.
Although funny, actually, I read them now about North America. My daughter's group, the ones they call the millennials,
Yeah.
they're not buying cars, it seems,
Interesting.
compared to the generation before. You know, I don't know.
Huh.
In Tokyo, my God, it's expensive. You can't buy a car unless you have a parking
Yes,
space.
you have
and
to prove that you have a place to put the
Yeah.
car.
You go to the cop shop and they have them come and inspect your parking space and they check it and give it all that. And once you have that documentation, then you can go and buy a car.
Yeah.
Is that all over the country or just in urban areas?
I think more common in urban areas, but in Niigata when I was
Mm.
living there, but in the boonies.
Did you have to do that?
Yeah, not for my own car, but when I was working for the school, they had
Mm.
a much larger van than my little car.
And the same
So
thing, you have to show a place to put it.
for
Okay.
a van, you had to go to the police station and draw a diagram of what your parking place looks like and where it's located on a map.
And did they come and
And show
inspect
them.
it or disbelieve it?
I think they did eventually come and inspect it, but I didn't see them when they did it.
Yeah. There's been scandals here about people, different people using the same space. You know,
Hmm.
Mr. A registers that car space,
Yeah.
and his friend registers the same space. You know,
I believe it.
for Americans that must be just insanely inconceivable. Before you're allowed to buy a car,
Yeah.
you have to do something like that. It's like worse. I mean, guns are easier or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Or I guess probably in Tokyo it's before you're allowed. We got the van and then when we went to register it
Mhm.
and get a license plate for it, then we had to say, yes, we can register in this municipality because we have a parking spot
So-
here.
so-
Yeah. But I'm sure here in Tokyo you need to say, I've got a spot before you can. Anyone will sell you a car because there just aren't enough places.
Suppose you're not going to buy a car. Suppose you have a lease deal. Is that the same thing?
I wonder. Who's in charge of registering the license plate then? Is it the leasing company or you
I don't know
yourself?
anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
So.
We're going to hear some bells soon, I think, are we?
Yeah.
Did you? I wonder if Susan left the door open, I wonder, because today's the day chance. She has no key.
Yeah, but I left it open
Okay.
too. But should I go check?
Not sure. The day chance smart enough to phone us, I think. If she
That's true.
can't
She
get
has
it.
phoned.
I'm also.
There's
yeah.
someone.
I also left it open because of the DHL. You know,
Yep.
so good.
Jabroni 2000 says, coming back from a trip to Japan made living in North America really hard. I hate that I can't just walk and ride public transit everywhere.
Whatever. There's people who will have the opposite view. You know, they go
Yeah.
back to America. Now I can ride my car everywhere. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
You did
yeah.
different things. Whatever you consider important to your life. And
Mhm.
stuff. I don't know. Or play with your guns or whatever it is that's important to you.
Yeah. Ant-Man 4 says, interestingly, Asahi Shimbun had a story today about gas prices being the highest in over 3 years. I thought so.
Talking about gasoline prices.
Yeah, gasoline prices are very, very high right now.
But that must be global, right? It's not just specific to Japan,
Right.
is it, right?
Yeah, but they're high here.
Where that hits Japan is, of course, because so much of our energy, because the nuclear power plants, so many of them are down for the count, and we're
Right.
using coal and fuel oil
Yeah.
burning. So any increase in gasoline-related stuff
Yeah.
hits Japan extremely hard right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after the 2011 disasters, they just shut down all of the nuclear reactors around the country. I think they've turned back on
There's a bunch
two.
of, there's, no, it's more. I think it was 7 or 8 are now back.
Oh,
up.
is it now?
So
Okay.
in fact, Kansai, there was an article the other day. They're going to now reduce their electricity charges because a bunch of their reactors have now come back online.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's rare, being willing to reduce your prices.
Well, it's legally mandated. So
Oh, okay.
they were allowed to put a price increase up because of the critical situation
Yeah.
before. But,
Good morning, gozaimasu.
which one we got? Good morning, Chan. Hello. You look a bit tired. Are you okay?
Yes,
You're tired or you're okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, good.
But also tired.
Yeah.
It's
The
tough being
shutter.
young.
The shutter was too tall for me to open it.
Oh, no. The shutter downstairs.
Yeah.
Did you open that one too? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When you get a minute, go and have a look at the new party room downstairs. Did you see yesterday?
No.
Go and take a look.
Okay.
Yeah. Right under us right now. Wild omelets. Never been abroad, but having spent most of my life in suburban New Jersey, it's annoying having to drive everywhere. I walk to the nearest grocery store is 35 minutes away along a busy road with only intermittent sidewalks. Yeah. A walk.
Well,
I think
rural,
I'd-
you can get that in rural Japan. You know,
Yeah.
you go to
Yep.
live in where in Nikata, where you were in Hokkaido. That's the same situation. You know,
Yes, yes.
because of the depopulation. You know.
Mm-hmm. Where I was, nearest 7-Eleven was a 20-minute drive away.
Yeah. So don't get the idea that Japan is all,
It's not all dense, densely populated. Like,
very little of it is now.
yeah, lots of people in a few pockets.
Mhm.
Tokyo, Osaka, Kobe, Kyoto. But then drive for a little ways out of there and you're in depopulated areas.
We had a little bit of a bad experience here yesterday, and Teiko-san was quite upset actually for a few minutes.
Oh.
At one point in the shop, people noticed that a bird had flown into the stairwell.
A bird was in the
Bird.
shop?
No,
Well,
not
in
in the
the
shop,
stairwell.
in the stairwell. A bird had flown into the stairwell,
Yeah.
flown up the stairwell to the second floor,
Yeah.
hit the window to the shop,
Oh no.
and then got confused,
Yeah.
fluttered up. This is sort of a high space there.
Yeah, yeah.
So Teiko-san and I jumped into action to try and get it.
Shoot out, yeah.
I jumped into the stairwell first, closed the door behind me.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Morning.
Those owls. Different bird.
Mm.
Mhm. These, no idea what they're talking about here. Ant-Man 4 asks Wild Omelette, pork roll or Taylor ham? And then he answers, pork roll. Says, good man. And someone says, are you guys just putting random words together in pairs? That's what it feels like. I have no idea what they're talking about either. Maybe those are shop names because they were talking about the grocery store. I don't know. So,
All ready for this morning? 10 o'clock party? I think it's an easy one day, shall we?
そうですよ。
oh, it's just after 9:30, but if you're
Sure, it's just a couple.
going, yeah.
Yeah, about the bird, I went out into the lobby there
Yeah.
to try and, I took a piece of card to try and scare it out.
Yeah.
And Teiko-san followed me. And just at the moment when she opened the door, the bird was flying around, panicking. It flew down to the ground, sat on the ground.
Just
She stepped on it, and she didn't know. None of us knew. It was just, we were just trying to do the right thing and get it out of there.
Yeah, let it go.
And we stepped on it.
Oh.
Whatever, nothing you could do. We tried to do the right thing, and we didn't panic, but it panicked and really flew around and flew down to the ground where these two monsters were there walking around,
Yeah.
me and Teiko-san. It was fast. It was quick. I cleaned up, and she
Yeah.
wasn't feeling so happy. So,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, when we closed up the door, she went over to Sensoji Temple,
Oh,
which is an indication of her character. You know,
Yeah.
So,
can I go apologize or something?
whatever. So, nice girl.
Yeah.
So we tried, but
Didn't work out. R.I.P. bird.
I know it wasn't an owl.
It was not a
Just
sparrow or
Just
something.
a sparrow. But I say just a sparrow. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, where are we? We're coming along here. That group. I've done. It's been 3 days. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's almost worked out exactly. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So tomorrow's stream. Today is what day is today? Today's Friday.
Friday now.
Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll be just doing the last couple of strokes. Bit of stroke here, cut there. And then it's going to be noisy because I'm going to have to whack around. So Saturday's stream, tomorrow's stream will probably be a noisy one tomorrow morning.
Get the persuader out.
Or it could be a sizing stream. I've got to do some sizing sometime over the weekend, and I'm not quite sure at the moment how it's going to
Yeah.
play out. So there could be a sizing stream tomorrow, or it could be I'll be back here carving this, or as always, it could be just something else that I've forgotten that I'm going to end up having to do tomorrow morning. I've got some more embossing to do, just prints from Kubota-san. So
Oh, nice. Which package is that?
it's the serpent strikes.
Strikes.
So.
Cool. More.
So I think that's it, Cameron-san. If you
Alright.
can
Yep,
shut me
we'll
down
wrap
for me
up.
here. I know
Okay.
if all goes well, according to plan, tomorrow we'll be back to a normal technical stream. You know, the normal camera. If it shows up, and
If
if it
it
works,
shows up.
we'll see. If not, we'll just move on to plan B.
Yep. Okay. We will see you next time.
Thanks
a
again,
lot for
guys. It
joining
seems like
us.
it's been a stable stream today.
Yeah,
It seems. I
it
saw
worked.
one comment an hour ago or so about dropping, and since then I've seen nothing. I
Yep.
don't know.
Me too.
It might have behaved itself.
Okay.
Thanks for your patience, gang. Thanks
Yep.
for hanging around.
Thanks a lot.